Hello, everyone. How are you? I hope everybody's having a good Tuesday. I had all kinds of dumb adulting stuff to do this morning, which is always lots of fun. So I'm happy to be here with you now. This is the fun part of my day. Welcome in. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope you guys are all having a great day. I was in the Moco's channel for a little while this morning. They are kicking major butt this year with the BPPE. Please make sure you're checking it out before we get into the stuff with the charity campaign. 357 sales for the big partner party energy, the BPPE this year already. Wow. That is amazing. Literally, this is nothing but a nonstop cavalcade of other people's art and creativity and their small businesses and celebrating the community. And there's really not another event like it on the platform. So please support them. Make sure you're following them. They're getting there. They are at 9.3 thousand followers. 9.3 thousand followers. Please consider following them if you're not already. Not because follower count is an indication of worth, but because they are certainly worthy of your follow. They've done a lot for a lot of people on this platform, myself included. Almost 9.5, yes. Yes. Almost a year. They are, they're lovely. It's a sibling stream. Derek and Devin. Dev is actually pregnant with her second child. I'm super excited for her. Yeah. And they're just beautiful humans. They will tell it like it is, but they are friendly and welcoming. They are loud. They do yell. They argue. They treat each other just like you would expect siblings to, but they're best friends, business partners, and they have really built something rather remarkable on the platform. Not only that, but they run a huge massive team campaign to support St. Jude Children's Research Hospital every year, and have really knocked it out of the park with their charity efforts as well. I'm really sad I'm not going to see them at Summit this year, but it's just not in the cards. Lots of reasons. We have a lot of other travel coming up, and it's just difficult for me to take, even 3 days to go travel somewhere. And yes, I'm aware they pay for everything when you go to Summit, but that's not necessarily the point. The logistics are really the issue for us. So hopefully things will not be quite so crazy, and I'll be able to go there and meet them in person for the first time. I would also love to go to MocoCon, but that's additionally not an option, partly because my spouse would be like, you want to go where and do what with whom? It's not that he would tell me I can't, right? But we have to consider our spouses and our family members' wishes, particularly like your life partner. Because he's not coming with me. Spoiler alert, chat, he has no desire whatsoever to do any of that kind of stuff. And I don't push it because I respect that, because I love him, because he's my honey, and he is not as social as I am, and that's totally okay. Opposites attract, I guess. But yes, I'm super excited for them. It's already a massive success, but I wanted to take a quick minute at the beginning to say they're at the 4-hour mark, and I know Dev being pregnant is kind of like, it's just, she's still at that like, it's like, I'm not uncomfortable yet. I'm just, The beginning is difficult for different reasons than the end. Although I will say, I think you immediately start having to use the bathroom frequently. It's not just because of a huge baby pushing on all your internal organs. It's like there's a whole host of reasons why you end up having to use the bathroom a lot. Amy with the
Everybody's
55
doing
stream
it.
streak, you
Everybody's
guys.
doing
Everybody's doing it.
Everybody's
Amy, thank you
doing
for doing it.
Everybody's doing it. Everybody's doing it. Everybody's doing it. Everybody's
Thank you.
doing it.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Everybody's doing it.
My button's not working. Hello? Oh my God. Stream Deck, why do you do this? It hates me. That's why. Nope. It just doesn't want to do it. I have a button on my Stream Deck to put that message in the chat to do the streak thing. It's fine. Anyways, thank you guys for being here. I do appreciate it. And I hope everybody's having a great day. And I am looking for
doing it.
some music. Let's do some laid back instrumental jazz. Cool jazz. What exactly does qualify something as cool jazz? As opposed to hot jazz? Spicy jazz. Wait, what? I'm in a weird mood. So yes, BPPE. Thank you very much. We've had one purchase on behalf of a MoCo BPPE who didn't even use the discount because you can't when you do a giveaway. Super nice of our friend Maybe to do that. Nice drop, Cranston. I owe Cranston an apology, you guys. I owe Cranston an apology. Cranston very craftily donated $18.13 last night to make the total $500.08. Or no, 580.08. 580.08, excuse me, 580.08. Yeah, ooh, ayo, indeed. Thank you. If you don't understand why that's funny, get off my lawn. Okay? Thanks. Thank you very much. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Cranston. I appreciate it. And we also had donations last night from our friend Donna, Kamei, and then earlier in the day from Have Fun. And we are just like, seriously, I am super proud of our community for all the amazing work we do with charity. But especially, you know, I know we just had a campaign that finished earlier in the month. Today's the last day of March. So for some people, it's still spring stream for Starlight. And I love Starlight, and I will always do what I can to support them. We also support them during the 12 Days of Streaming campaign in December. So Coop Troop Birthday Bash for Big Table has raised $580.08. Our next milestone is $750, which will be a chaos kitchen stream. I'm going to allow you guys to decide, you know, ingredients and such, and you can mess with me, you know, to like force me to use weird utensils or any kind of number of goofy things to again to make me suffer, because that is what chat wants. I see how gleefully you guys all celebrate when I get black licorice or spicy bean. I see how it is. But how is that going to work? What do you mean? Miro, why do you have to make so much sense? Just roll with it. Just go with the flow. It's fine. Everything will be fine. It's all fine. Big Table is, if you guys weren't here yesterday, a charity that we work with on a regular basis. Ex-user use that thing over there. Huh? We'll work it out. I have ideas. I'm gonna nail it down. It'll be a future stream. And 30 minutes pass by until we actually figure out what they mean. No. There'll be a way for people to actually have to pick something. It's not just gonna be like whatever. What do you mean don't bother? Miro, is everything okay? Are you having an all right day, Miro? Miro's tired of my nonsense, finally. Finally, Miro's had it. Okay. The highest concentration of need in the nation is hidden behind the smiles of those working in restaurants and hotels. Big Table was founded in 2009 to care for restaurant and hospitality workers in crisis. But they don't just do that. They change individual lives and build community through timely interventions, intentional relationships, and transformational care. In short, they serve hope. Thanks, Apollo. They serve hope to those who serve us. Restaurant and hospitality workers statistically include the highest concentration of those most vulnerable in our community, many with little or no safety net. And you guys know I've seen it and experienced it myself. That claim can be easily substantiated. Big Table is the only nonprofit in the country focused on providing both triage crisis care and ongoing coaching and support for restaurant and hospitality workers in need. Did you know that, Apollo? Big Table works with each person individually, Apollo. Individually. To respond to what is most urgent, there's something very urgent on the ceiling, while helping them uncover and resolve deeper issues. Once the initial crisis has passed, easy, buddy, Big Table continues to walk alongside individuals, offering accountability and encouragement. Their locations are in Spokane, Washington, San Diego, California, Nashville, Tennessee, and Colorado Springs, Colorado. Kevin actually sent me an email, and so he did get the recommendation to me for Jennifer for Seattle. I actually have a whole email full of recommendations for each of those other cities, which is amazing. Well, at least for Seattle, San Diego, Nashville, and Colorado Springs. Okay. If you guys donate $10, I will gladly, and I'm actually going to put that in here as a reward. Create reward. Big Table, well, I'll just say Kevin's Restaurant picks. $10. Name a city. Seattle, San Diego, Nashville, or Colorado Springs. And 9 will message you. Yeah. We'll message you via email or Discord with Kevin's top picks for restaurants in that city. He said, go ahead, put it in there. Do it for anyone who does a $10 donation. Name a city. Let's say custom question. Which city? And so hopefully people will answer that. Ooh, it'd be nice if you could ask more than one question. I don't need a mailing address, but if the person... Yeah, so if you do this anonymously, it'll have to be via email. Anonymous donations welcomed. Your recommendation will be delivered via email to the address you use while donating. All right. It's in there. And so you can redeem it as a campaign reward. Please feel free to do so. And I'm going to create an additional reward. Separately, Nine's Portland restaurant picks. What? I worked in Portland restaurants for 25 years. Nine is a seasoned, get it, seasoned, restaurant industry veteran.
Are you bussin' on guns, no cap, you bet?
I guess so. And is intimately familiar with the Portland, Oregon restaurant scene. Play it by ear and she will give you not random, her faves, or indicate a preference for a type of cuisine, and she will tailor your recommendation to tailor your recommendation to your request. Available only while supplies last. No. Sussy red butt. That's a really nice thing for you to say to somebody. I will mention that coming in hot with your first time chat with a comment on somebody's appearance isn't always welcomed or a good idea. Because you could be really nice and really sweet and just wanting to give out a compliment. But in my personal experience with strangers on the internet, the very first thing that somebody says having to do with your appearance usually does not lead somewhere good. I'm just letting you know. I'm letting you know why that might not be the best idea, why you should get to know people first before figuring out whether or not it's okay to comment on their appearance. I'm not super sensitive about it or anything. It's really nice of you. But it's like my mods go, beep, 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 beep. Especially, okay, yep, all right, hi, bye. What? Like what? It's just not the most important thing about me. The meat shell. It's not the most important thing about me, or anyone else for that matter. It's totally okay to want to take care of it and make it look as good as it can possibly look. And you know what I mean? Like, I ain't got anything against people being into fashion or putting on makeup or any of that stuff. I wore makeup yesterday, mostly because I was having like a breakout on one side of my face, but also because I wanted to look nice for a special stream. I'm not unfamiliar with the desire to refine one's appearance in order to celebrate something or whatever. And, you know, I probably do overthink this, but I don't care because it is okay for me to express this here. Whereas, like, when I worked in restaurants, I would walk up to a table, and if a guest said something about my appearance, Sussy Redbutt, as a person, existing in the world, the last 47 years, I have a set of, I'm not going to argue with you. Just, I'm letting you know that's the kind of thing that's going to put you in the timeout corner in a lot of places right away. I'm trying to help you. Trying to help you. Unless I know somebody, I just don't know that I really want them to comment on that first thing. You know? And it is definitely less of a red flag that you're not mad about it, but you are kind of trying to like defend it. So when someone tells you, hey, maybe not the best idea, I would also not recommend saying, yeah, but you know what I mean? Like one of the things, like when somebody does get banned, if they make an unban request, if they say like instantly just go like, well, this is why I did it and why you're wrong. They're staying banned because of that, not because of the initial, not only because of the initial reason, but because they argued about the ban, like that it was unfair or that it wasn't their fault or whatever. And like, hey, you can totally like stick up for yourself if you feel like you're being treated unfairly. That's not what I mean. But like, if it's like, your rules are stupid, that's not going to get you anywhere. I mean, I think sometimes people do that because they know they're not going to get unbanned, you know, but you're not banned. You're not banned. It's just that myself and my moderators, we are very, very particular about preserving a certain type of mood in here. And over time, people learn to see certain things. It's like if a first-time chat says something about my appearance, if it says, can I ask you a question? Do you want to get the moderator's attention? As a first-time chatter? Yeah, put, hey, can I ask you a question? First of all, you already did. I guarantee you any mods paying attention to chat when a first-time chatter comes in and says, can I ask you a question? Are like, oh, really? And all of them lift their swords like, no, let me. We don't have to do a lot of banning around here. Most people are great. Okay, sussy red butt. Most people are great. Just easy with the comments about somebody's appearance first thing. And, you know, I'm not saying it only happens to women, but women in particular suffer a lot of ridiculous, horrible comments on their appearance on a regular basis in real life and on the internet. And we don't want to make that assumption about people. But unfortunately, we've learned we have to. It's like, assume first, ask questions later, you know? And I try to give everybody a chance. But there's certain things that just like set off the alarms. Okay? Even, you know, it's like, oh, I'm just trying to be nice. I get it. But this whole thing of like, I don't know. The whole you're cute, that's so subjective. I'm overthinking all of it because I always do. It's so freaking subjective. Hi Andy, that's enough. I'm done. I'll stop now. I don't want you to feel like you're being picked on because you're not. Nine is a seasoned restaurant industry veteran and is intimately familiar with the port. And I'm well aware also, one last thing I'm going to say is I'm well aware that I sit on the internet every day with the camera pointed at me. And so this is, you know, it's a part of it. Intimately familiar with the Portland, Oregon restaurant scene, play it by ear. And she will give you her faves or indicate a preference for a type of cuisine. Let's say the type of establishment or cuisine. Establishment or cuisine. And then I'll put some examples to help people understand what I'm offering. Wine bar.
Thanks to it, Robot Wizard 9000 for my sub gift.
Leave it to Brenda to break the TTS first thing this morning. You are splendid, Orange Chimkin. Brenda, you're not allowed to anticipate all of my questions like this. You know, you're supposed to a beautiful orange pumpkin in the bowl. Into the bowl you must go. Thank you, Robot Wizard. Thank you.
Don't tell me what to do.
Okay, will reverse psychology work? Please, Brenda, press every single button that exists. To be pressed.
Rover Whiz for my chinky.
Aw, get in there. Get in the bowl, Brenda. Stop it, Brenda! I have to put you in the bowl. I can't put you in the bowl if you're wiggling all around. I mean, wait, it's fine, Brenda. You wiggle all you want.
Art and Jess
Jeez.
just powered up with 100
Thank
bits.
you. I appreciate
Thanks
you.
for the
Get in the
gigantifying
bowl!
emoji.
The what?
Smile.
The bowl of bulknificence. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Indeed. Are we all following Brenda, aka Art in Jest, who is one of Twitch's most prolific artists? It's really quite impressive. You know, when I think about productivity, if you look up the word productive in the dictionary, you will find something that looks a little bit like this. Did you remove the... Wait a second. Oh, wait, I just can't see it. Hold on. Yes. I am so glad that you are... There it is. You'll see this. And additionally, if you order Art and Jest from wish.com, you'll get me. And if you order me from Temu, please don't. I'm the Kirkland brand Art and Jest. Hi Brenda, how are you? I hope that you're having a wonderful Tuesday. You can turn in a rebate for Brenda and they will reimburse you. Yes, there's no refunds and no exchanges on Twitch follows, but you can totally trade us, just back and forth. There's lots of yelling. The main difference, honestly, would probably be the fart noises. That would probably be the main difference. I'm doing great. We are participating in the Moco Big Partner Party Energy sale, promotion, celebration. It's an event. It is amazing. They are so fantastic. I have not had time to properly update my shot, but there is stuff in there. And also, if you want, I haven't decided yet, but we're going to remove some things to make way for some new designs. So please take advantage of the sale to get your hands on any of the stuff that's in there, like the Podkini. Some of that stuff is going to go away, because I think it's time to do a refresh, and it's not, it's not because it was one of the most entertaining and humbling moments of my entire existence on this earth, to encounter an individual wearing pictures of my face on a bikini on their person in a public place. That has nothing to do with it. It has nothing to do with it. Will it be replaced with the what face kini? First of all, that emote is shock. Okay. And yeah, I don't know. Or maybe, just maybe, you guys get me to needle felt the pog face or something. There is actually an incentive in the goals, which probably will never happen. No!
Art and just powered up with 100 bits. Thanks for the gigantifying emoji.
Jeez, nobody needs that. 5,000 sub points. Good luck, you guys. Corner to corner 9 pog blanket, and I will give it away to somebody. Okay? Corner to corner 9 pog blanket. I'll do it. I'll pixelize the pog face, and I will. And also, by the way, if you happen to be not just following, but subscribe to the second channel, then you have this emote courtesy of Brenda. It's really a cute emote, and Brenda gave me the thumbs up to use it, and I love it, and it's so sweet. Brenda is actually a very talented artist, and you know, I mean, that is super important to highlight. But I think Brenda's true talent and skill lies in getting a bunch of people to be like, yeah, heck yeah, I want to do this cool project. Let's do it. Creating community is also an art. The Cracked Gamer channel. Yeah, something like that. Super Unhappy Fun Time, welcome in. How you doing? Hi, Kay. Kay is also an amazing content creator here on the platform. Please make sure you give our friend Kay Ray a follow, our friend Art and Jest. The Jesters are a fabulous group, and we absolutely love them. Also, did you guys know that Brenda has a Patreon? Not only does Brenda have a Patreon, but Brenda is a Patreon ambassador. It's amazing. And she really does have a lovely Patreon. And I saw your updates about, like, it seems like things might be, you might be getting back to being able to, I know how much you love sending out Happy Mail. I'm so happy for you and for everybody else, because Brenda's Happy Mail really is just that. It is a fantastic, I mean, I would support what Brenda does regardless of any kind of material reward. But it is so lovely to go to my P.O. box when I have mail from Brenda and be like, yay! But you do also encourage other people a lot with their stuff with Patreon. And that's really, again, people don't have to do that. They don't have to spend their time on their platform helping others. It's not required of them. But I understand, because it makes me feel good to help others too. And it gives you, it provides something for everybody to focus on that isn't about just one thing. I think that's really pretty awesome. We've had the Loose Ends people come in here. I knew a little bit about Loose Ends before Brenda and the Jesters were supporting them with the Crayon Fund, but I got to know more about them. So again, it's like I said in the post in the Discord this morning before going live, a lot of this is not just about like raising funds, which are important and necessary for programs to run and for people to live and all that other stuff. But it's also about raising awareness, which is super important. Maybe the next time somebody decides they want to fundraise, they do it for a cause that you brought their attention to. Even if it's not the exact same organization, they go, you know what, that is something important. Or, hey, there's this other thing that I really love that I want to see more of. My husband and I were actually talking again this morning about whether or not at some point, maybe when things are not quite so crazy with, you know, our own children and ensuring that they have what they need and that they're getting enough of their parents' attention and love and encouragement and advocacy, imagine, that it would be rad to help other people's kids learn a love of fiber arts through a charitable organization, you know? Like maybe that's where all of this has been leading me all of this time. Who knows? You know, we got to talk with Kevin yesterday, who's the CEO of Big Table, and Kevin saw a gap and decided he wasn't just going to sit and watch that gap exist. He was going to do something about it. It's pretty radical in like the multiple senses of the word. So I'm proud to be friends with Brenda. She's pretty awesome. Go follow Brenda! Just go. Hi, NFV! Hi, NFV! Happy Trans Day of Visibility, NFV! How are you, friend? I hope you're doing well. We love you. I hope you're having a great day. Please, everybody, you know, celebrate each other, love on each other. NMV, we love you. I'm so glad you're part of our community. Today, there's so many things happening. There's so much stuff happening. Oh my gosh. And it's the end of the month. Oh, right. And speaking of the end of the month, today is our final Patreon live stream at 1 p.m. So that's in like less than an hour. I'm supposed to be doing stuff right now instead of just yapping. And yes. NMV, And Avi, I'm so proud of you for all of the different ways, many different ways that you have just decided that you are going to make life better for yourself and other people. I really am. It's been such a pleasure to get to know you over the years. I'm feeling emotional today. What can I say? I have to say, like, you guys really blew me away yesterday with all the support for Big Table. Big Table serves people regardless of their identity. They are interested in who people are, but they are there to help them no matter what. So I think that if there's more of that energy in the world and extending that caring attitude toward one another, we would have so much less problems. We'd have people working together towards the solutions to these issues of things, particularly like, housing instability, access to proper nutrition. Is there really any reason why we shouldn't all be fed? That is heartbreaking. Walk into any public school in a low-income area of the United States, and yes, they may be eligible for a program to make sure that all kids have access to a free breakfast and lunch every day. Witness what happens on Friday when some of those kids are shoving all the food that other children turned down, one reason or another, not their preference. Maybe they have plenty of food at home, and so they've already been fed in the morning, so they say no thank you to the breakfast. They literally had a table at one of my son's schools called the no thank you table. And you watch kids shoving that food into their backpack so they can take it home so they have something to eat over the weekend. Like, thankfully that exists, right? But putting more power and accomplishment in the hands of people who exist in the system, who are not being, their needs are not being met, helps everyone. In honor of Trans Day of Visibility, you're see-through today. So if you can see NMV's veins and arteries and organs, there will not be an apology issued. Deal with it! I adore you. The duality of, oh, that's nice it exists to help people, clashing with, wait, why the heck does this have to exist? Exactly. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Super happy that St. Jude is there. Saved probably hundreds of thousands of lives, if not millions, if you want to take into account the fact that they share their research, right? But like, the reason they started it was because nobody wanted to put money into researching childhood cancer. And Danny Thomas said, not on my watch. Making sure that kids feel supported, adults feel supported regardless of their identity when it comes to a wide variety of things is like, that's also at the core of St. Jude. They will not turn anyone away for anything. They were the first racially integrated children's hospital in the South in the 1960s. Access to care should not be based on anything like that ever. The last thing a family needs to worry about when they have a child who has been diagnosed with a disease that serious, like cancer or sickle cell or any of the other diseases that they research and treat there, that's the last thing they need to worry about, is being turned away because they look a certain way, their child is a certain gender orientation, or they themselves, their religion, their ethnicity, none of that should matter. You need help? Let's help you. Let's help you keep your kid alive and do it in a way that does as little emotional and mental harm, or I should say, where you mitigate the negative consequences of having to be treated for a disease like that. You still have so much to move with your oh no, 25. I'm so sorry. That's really a double whammy. I'm sorry, friend. Okay, what else are we supposed to be doing today? I don't even know, you guys. We do have some serious stuff to discuss in the Patreon live later today. I don't like to make them into like this. It's like the business chimkin. See, Brenda, this is all your fault. It's because you're here. I packed the business chimkin into a box, and it's upstairs in my living room. My husband goes, it always looks like we're moving in or out. I know. I'm sorry, honey. There's so many boxes and totes of yarn up there. It makes you boil over. Just absolutely boil that so many people are homeless, missing meals, getting essential health care denied to them. And we've got, I know. It does feel a lot of the time, and NMV, like our priorities are all messed up. I have hope, though, at MV. I think that it comes down to exactly what we talked about yesterday with Kevin, and when we watched the video about Big Table, is there are people who, for whatever reason, are not going to allow that to, they're not going to absorb it in the way that it will inspire them to do something nice for the next person, and that's extremely unfortunate. But there are plenty that will, and their efforts and their accomplishments are often not what is highlighted by social media and all of that stuff. We see and hear a lot of the bad, but there's plenty of good that goes on, and it does push people to find ways to be a positive influence for others. Like, how many people have come in here and told me and us, because it's not just me, how many people have come in here and said, thank you for inspiring me to find a cause that I care about and fundraise, or I had thought about it already and you were the reason I pushed myself to do it. Like, that's pretty awesome. Again, that's that counteracts some of that negativity in some way, right? Yeah, GMR Kitty, we were just talking about that. Indeed. Happy Trans Day of Visibility. And, we support people here. We want you to feel welcomed. I've always been a person who wants to allow as many relationships as we can have in our lives to happen organically, which can feel difficult sometimes in life, right? I've said this to my own children. I've said it to my students. There are points in your life and there are parts of your life where you do not get to necessarily like choose your company. So that can feel frustrating because maybe you're forced to interact. You feel forced to interact with someone who you don't feel is a good fit for you personally. But in order to accomplish something, you have to work with them. I think there is value in that. But there's also so many ways that we do get to choose. And we should feel empowered to say, I don't want to be part of this space. We don't have to do it in a way that's meant to, purposely inflict pain on others. But we can't. There are areas you have control over a lot of it. It may not feel like you do, but you do. And one of the things you have control over is choosing the best that you possibly can, because we all make mistakes, to be respectful and kind even when someone does not act in a way that makes you feel like they deserve it. You never know what's going on with somebody else. I've said that to my kids about kids at school that treat them poorly. I've said, you never know when that child could be experiencing something really awful at home. That's not an excuse for their behavior, but it could be the reason, and an explanation might help you understand. And it doesn't mean that you need to go prying, to find out why they are treating you poorly, but just remember that it could come from a place that has absolutely nothing to do with you. And so it's not your fault that they're doing it, but it is unfortunate that you have to deal with it. Extending compassion to people when you feel like they don't deserve it can be extremely difficult. You also, GMR Kitty, hey, look, I am just out here doing the best that I can, and I'm not perfect, and I do have experience, and that is valuable, and it is worth celebrating, but it's also because of this beautiful community. Thank you, guys! Amy, that's lovely. To all our trans friends, I see you today, and you always matter, yes. Hi, Jenniquel. Did you get my message? I relayed the message from our friend Kevin with those recommendations for Seattle restaurants. And we just put in there, if you would like the same, but from yours truly, Nine's Portland, Oregon restaurant picks. What? I worked in Portland, Oregon restaurants for 20 plus years, and worked at some of the city's best rated restaurants. And my husband also worked for like top 10 Bon Appetit, best new restaurant, etc. I'm not maybe quite like super up to date on what's going on there as of right now, but plenty of the places that I would have sent people to back when I lived there are still operating and still make great meals, and I would love for you to try them out. You've been transitioned for 22 years. That's wild, right? Since you were 17. Indeed. So you've spent more time
Everybody's
as
doing it. Everybody's
who
doing
you
it.
actually are.
Everybody's doing it. Everybody's doing it.
Then you haven't, which is
Everybody's
great.
doing
I
it.
mean, I'm sure that there was plenty of, you know, and still is.
Everybody's doing it.
Hi, Trix.
Everybody's
Thank you
doing it.
for the streak. Everybody's doing it, and my button doesn't work.
Everybody's doing it. Everybody's doing it.
Or does it? It started working. The button works. My streak
Everybody's
button
doing
is
it.
working, you
Everybody's
guys.
doing it. Everybody's doing it. Everybody's doing it. Everybody's
I'm terrible.
doing
I
it.
spam worse than anyone
Everybody's
else in
doing
here.
it.
Again, you can't put a price tag on people just being there for you and wanting you to be the best version of yourself that you possibly can, the most authentic version of yourself you possibly can. Things are hard right now with the anti-trans backlash campaign, but it's still easier now than it was. Yeah, it is important to recognize that as you know, I don't want to say it's cold comfort. You know, behavior is a way of communication. Not everyone has the ability to communicate in another way. Yeah, it is important though. Like, for example, with my kids, you know, again, you know, they've had some issues with some kids who clearly at their school with kids who clearly are struggling, right? But so then it is the responsibility as well of those they're providing the experience for everybody. And clearly, public education professionals are not paid enough. They don't have enough access to resources. There's a multitude of issues. If that's what you, if you, Dan, I don't want to make an assumption. Right, exactly. And so the actions still have consequences, and something needs to be done if one child is really struggling with a bunch of behavior issues, and that's very valid and very real, and they need support. But it is detracting from another child's experience at school and preventing them from learning effectively. Like, how do we make the best of that situation so that everybody involved is being, you know, served as equitably as is humanly possible? And trust me, they deal with so much in public schools. It's a lot. And it's, again, like NMV said, it has gotten so much better than when I was their age. I don't think there was any such thing as an IEP, which is an individualized education plan. I don't think that was a thing yet in most schools when I was in school. So, real important to recognize the progress that we have made. No matter what, it is better to develop the possibilities you have in yourself to be the person you can be and fight for a positive outcome to the struggle of our species. Yes. And it may hurt, but not doing it will hurt more. Yes, exactly. Not choosing is a choice. Not acting is a choice. Your son is trans and your state is leading the race. I am so sorry, 25. I'm really sorry. One thing I will say, and this is not to say that this is the most desirable choice, but I will say one thing that is good about living here is there is no requirement for you to fill out any kind of paperwork to move between states, but that's not always possible for everyone. But when you feel as though maybe the local area that you're in is just not a good or a safe place for you to be, there is the option of moving, but not for everybody because it costs money, right? So there is an income barrier to that as well. It's not as simple as like, oh, I don't like it here, I'm just gonna move. For some people it is, but not for everyone. But I will say at least, you know, you don't have to go through a bunch of bureaucratic stuff in order to do that if it's what you feel is the best decision. But still, I'm sorry that you even feel that way. It really stinks. I'm really sorry. Not that you feel that way, but that is the reality that you
Everybody's
are
doing
living in.
Everybody's
sorry.
doing it. Everybody's doing it. Everybody's doing it.
People deserve a chance to figure out
Everybody's doing
their
it.
identity and their
Everybody's
lives
doing it.
without the
Everybody's
pressure.
doing it. Everybody's doing it. Everybody's doing it. Everybody's doing it.
You know?
Everybody's doing it.
Oh, yeah, that's really awful, GMR Kitty. That's a huge problem. That's a huge problem. Yeah. I mean, and even in the other direction, in this weird way, right? When I was in public school in South Florida, they put us, you guys, we're not getting anything done. I'm just yapping. If you tested into like gifted, you know, talented and gifted, and like define what that means, first of all, right? Like maybe a kid took a test and they were anxious that day. I don't know. Maybe tests make them lock up, but they're plenty smart and plenty capable and plenty interested, because that's really what it should be about. But I tested into talented and gifted, and they literally had us separated into completely like separate classroom, where all of us that were the smart kids got the advantage of having each other as influences and teachers who were willing to teach to higher, you know, academic challenge and all of that stuff. But then that takes those kids and their influence and their parental influence out of the lives of all the rest of the students. And I think all that does is just create even more of a gap in a way. You know what I mean? It's really rough. Yeah, and I noticed that you followed with a new account, Dan. I hope you didn't have some kind of huge issue or something with your old account, but we've known Dan. We've known Dan since what? 2019. Your wife is trans too, and it's been a hard year for you, even being in a blue state. Yes, you are in a safer place, but you don't feel lucky. Yeah, no, I understand. It doesn't want to be like, yep, well, I'm here, so everything's okay. I totally get it. You were in tag, and you wish you didn't get derailed. Nerds and general populace. Kind of like prison. Again, like I said, I feel like what it did was it insulated us a little bit against some of the difficult treatment you get when you're a kid who's interested in school, but you never know when you could actually be influencing someone to think like, well, maybe school isn't that bad if so-and-so seems so into it and learning, right? You take that positive attitude toward learning out of that general populace. And like, it's kind of sad. It's like, well, I don't know. I'm not sure if I know what the good alternative is. But I also think that anyone who wants to try the more challenging classwork should be allowed to at least try it. You're in the accelerated program for your English reading and in special education for your math in the same year, Laos. It was super weird to have types. That is. But like, yeah, everybody learns at different rates too. So like, this is the conundrum. How do we effectively serve the most vulnerable people in our communities, whether they be children, you know, etc., without removing, like GMR Kitty pointed out, without removing their access to a voice. You don't want to try to speak for them all the time, right? But like, you know, children need guidance. They need help. We all do sometimes. I don't know. What do I know? Sometimes I think I might be an alien. You were in both gifted and talented and special education. Neither helped much. I mean, again, it also depends on the people administering these programs. It's such a lottery for a lot of people. You know what I mean? Oh, Dan, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. Today you find out half of chat is trans. Hey, look, that's kind of the argument a lot of the time is like, how many trans people you've probably met that you didn't even know they were trans? I don't know. There was a tag satellite school and your parents didn't want to be bothered getting you to the bus, and the school was in the hood. Yeah. Trust me, my mom was anxious about me possibly going to the performing arts magnet in Portland, and it wasn't, it must be frozen. It must be frozen. I don't have anything recent from there. Or is it that far back? It's that far back. You know why? Because I had not pulled that other. I cannot do anything consistently. Why is that? It's like the best thing about me and the worst thing about me. Why can't you? And it's not because I don't want to do it. Why can't you pin messages as a moderator over there? Why? Do I have to give you different permissions or something? Yeah, I don't think it's good for anyone, for sure. Disconnect. I don't think that's good for anyone, anywhere, ever. Not in favor of any of it. I mean, you ask me, and I'm like, why do we have borders and countries? But, that's kind of maybe like way out there for a lot of people. You're like trans TM because you've been in the life since your teens and you're in a lot of trans social circles, but the reality is that most trans people aren't. Les cool urban queers with art degrees and so on. Most of us are out in wherever doing the best we can. Yeah. Again. Yeah, I trust me. And then from a totally, my little bubble perspective, the idea that either of my two young but still teen approaching the age to have to sign up for selective service, male children, that is it sickens me, disgusts me, and I feel that no one should ever have to worry about something like that. It's silly. Like I said earlier, why aren't we focusing on how to feed each other? How to develop energy that doesn't rely on a non-renewable source. All of this other stuff that are like really big problems that are going to affect everyone. Blanket human existence problems. And rather than put our heads together and figure that out, anyway, it must be the stellium Aquarius in me. I'm not worried about. Anyway. Hopefully everybody is getting some cool ads if you're getting ads right now. Because I talked into the ad break. 25, I do appreciate that. Let's just put all of the positive thinking and energy and use your voice. Please vote. It may feel like it's pointless, but I assure you, like, if nothing else, you know that you did what you can do. You know what I mean? In terms of involvement in civics. Believe me, I understand. You know, it can feel very hopeless. Please don't lose hope. You know, and we want to be respectful, right? Because there's such a large range of views and all of that. But like, really, the bottom line should be like taking care of each other and not deciding that because someone else has a different viewpoint that they are deserving of violence. I just cannot advocate for that. It's so rough. I tell my kids, where does that end? Well, they did this or whatever. And hey, I'm not saying like just sit there and take it if somebody's beating you up at school. Like, do what you can to get yourself safely out of it. Right? That's not what I mean. I'm saying like, you know, there are tactics for dealing with somebody in a one-on-one situation with fists, but it's different when it's like there's no way you could possibly fight against it. You know what I mean? As a veteran, you're positive that most people in Congress don't understand the actual consequences of I don't know that that's true, unfortunately. But maybe we should change the topic just because this is very, very, hey, it's an important discussion and they need to be had. It's like I've said many times, extremely important and heavy stuff that's going on right now that is very much in a lot of our minds every day. But again, this is why we do what we do for, thank you, Miro, for organizations like Big Table or St. Jude or Starlight or Stand Up to Cancer, is I choose to focus my energy when it comes to community organization. We've done fundraisers for so many different causes. ASPCA, Can't Cancel Pride, crisistextline.org. I would like, again, we're going to talk about this in about a half an hour on Patreon a little bit. I would like to try to diversify a little bit more where we put our attention and effort. At the same time, I cannot possibly add any more yearly commitments. And in fact, I feel as though maybe what we need to do, so little kind of preview, is to attempt to consolidate some of the charity efforts and make sure that the energy isn't spread too thin. A lot of times the Patreon lives are going to be me dinking around on a musical instrument. You know, you guys can request that I learn to play stuff on this thing. Getting kind of, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I need to learn, if I need to switch hands. But then I saw Nerd Forge. Anyone familiar with Nerd Forge of YouTube fame? I saw Nerd Forge made herself. She's missing a whole pinky pretty much from a table saw accident. Ouch. And so actually that hand, I think it's her left hand. Her left hand, not only is she missing the pinky, but she has kind of some other issues from that. Yeah, Nerd Forge. Somebody asked me if I was a YouTuber in someone else's channel because I said something about missing a finger, and they were like, "Wait, I think was it Tokobot or somebody from Valencia Glasses community was like, are you the YouTuber with the pink hair?" And I was like, "Oh my God, no." Because I went and looked at her channel. It was very cool. But I was like, dude, I mean, this might very well be the first time that I've thought this would be a heck of a lot easier if I had something. But it would have to be made of a material that would cover this effectively. It is one of the smaller holes on the tin whistle. Or the only other thing I could think of, because you're supposed to be able to balance your whistle with your pinky when you're not holding down. Your pinky does. There are techniques for tin whistle that involve the use of your pinky on whichever hand you are holding at the bottom. Thank you for the lurk, Jenna Quill. I appreciate you. And thank you for all your support and for being awesome and for being here. But then, so like it's hard because you're supposed to hold your fingers kind of flat, right? Because that's how you can achieve a nice tight seal over the holes in the whistle. So that you don't end up with like squeaking and all kinds of other random not so great sounds. Now, sometimes you are supposed to partially cover the hole, but that's because you're making like a half note, or you will move your finger off of the hole either backwards or forwards. You'll roll it to, give it that classic like. I'm getting better at that. When you think of fighting, it reminds you of Andre the Giant in The Princess Bride. I have a Princess Bride tarot deck that I haven't even gotten out yet. Haven't even unboxed it yet. I'm really excited for that one. We'll specifically do that on the stream. But seriously, though, I know there's a lot of heavy stuff on a lot of people's minds right now. Globally, in the States. I mean, but again, I want to remind everybody that like places like this exist where we want you to have a great time and focus on wholesome, positive ways that we can interact with each other. And when I say wholesome, I'm not talking about, being judgmental, judgy, and going like, well, I can't believe over there they would discuss such topics or use such language. It's more like, hey, with my kids, we're getting to the point where everybody in the household is, a little bit older. And so it's not as imperative that we censor what we're watching around them. Now it's about having a discussion with them about what we're watching or what they're watching. But I made the choice to be PG-13-ish, maybe a little more towards family friendly a while back, because I understand that even
Welcome to the fart
Hi,
zone.
Mike! Even if, speaking of people with families,
Welcome to the
how's
fart
your
zone.
family, Mike? Specifically, how's Mama Andy?
To the fart zone. Welcome to the fart zone. Welcome to the
Hi,
fart
Mike!
zone. Welcome to the fart zone. To the fart zone.
Ooh, you got a CPAP, Dan? That changed my husband's life.
Welcome to the fart zone.
We love you, Mike. Poor Mike.
Welcome to the
Mike,
fart
you're
zone.
awesome. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the raid. What color egg do you want? What color egg for the bowl of Bognificence? See, if it wasn't for you, Mike, I wouldn't have met Mama Andy. And I am the official president of the Mama Andy fan club. We love Mama Andy. We love Mike. Like, if Mama Andy loves you, there she is. Hi, Mama Andy. Mwah, mwah. If Mama Andy loves you, you must be all right. So, no, we love Canvas Monsters. If you guys love stickers, if you love cool art that's like kind of a little bit on the creepy side, a little bit freaky, a little bit different, a little bit weird, definitely give Mike a follow and go check out all of the... Mama Andy says, Twitch froze on me, had to reload, and you missed all the nice things I was saying about you and me giving your husband a hard time. No, we really do. We adore Mike. We adore Mama Andy. They have a sweet little family. They are amazing. Again, they're also, people who care deeply and want to, make the world a better place. Making new things too. Stationery, mini coloring books, keychains, and bookmarks. Let's go. That's awesome. One of these days, maybe I'll get to meet them in person. But yes, we do. We have... we have a responsibility to our communities. And I was just saying, like, I made the decision a while back that I was going to try and, keep what we do here a certain kind of vibe, energy, whatever. Like, I may not be the best at like a lot of like hard and fast things, you know, like organization stuff. I like to play it by ear. I'm definitely, when I was in the theater, I much preferred, say, like a cold reading audition to a prepared monologue. I want to like, give me the thing and let me read it out loud and we'll figure some stuff out as we go. Right. But, I think, I'm a big ideas person sometimes, and the finer details I struggle with, right? The execution of all the little things and the checklist and all of that. And that can be hard in this industry, right? But one of the big ideas I came across and decided I was going to adhere to was trying to make this a space that people can put on in the background and, you know, not be too worried about things like, you know, a lot of profanity, not because I have any bad feelings about it myself, but because what we do here, we want to be as accessible to people as possible. And as a parent, I understand it can be hard trying to find entertainment that isn't aimed at your kids, but that you can enjoy with them in the room, you know? So we do talk about heavier things occasionally here. Try to keep that pretty occasional, just because what I exist to do is to help improve other people's lives on this planet through laughter or charity fundraising for important causes. I mean, we watch videos about kids stuck in the hospital. That is not easy to sit through. You know, it's really hard. So there's always going to be difficulty. There's always going to be challenges. There's always going to be problems that need solving. Big ones. Right? But it's okay to need a place to let loose and laugh and for somebody to put a smile on your face. And that's literally what I'm here for. It was the thing I was the best at with waiting tables, was helping people feel like somebody cared and wanted them to have a good time and wanted them to be able to enjoy themselves and set aside some of their worries and just be. It can be so hard to let go of whatever it is that's bothering you for a little while. But we all deserve respite and rest. And that includes feeling like you are unburdened from your worries for even a short period of time. Positive, healthy distraction. Wholesome distraction, you know? I've said this before and I'll bring it up again. My husband picked up my phone for some reason or other to look at something on YouTube, and he was like, "Your algorithm is disgustingly wholesome." I was like, look, I just don't interact and I don't comment and I don't do any, you know, and I respect and admire that he is willing to like enter into these, like, I mean, you know, nothing too terribly serious, but yay, you love a wholesome algorithm. Kim, that clip you sent me literally sent my computer into a fit of please don't click this. And I'm like, I got worried for a half a second, Kim. I got worried for a half a second. I was like, oh crap, is this some sort of horrible, malicious thing masquerade? Because, you know, this does happen. It looks like it's coming from someone you know. I got anxious for a second. So I cut the link out of the message and I copied the link out of the message and I pasted it into, and I was like, okay, I'm going to look at it over here. And lo and behold, it was just a normal. Peppernator, thanks for using your card. Wow! Amazing! You can use that anywhere, you know, right? You know that, right? You know that, like, there's not some fine print on the label for your Prime sub that says, like, may only be used in 9.5. Twitch.tv. Peppernator, what? Hey, Pepper! See, why would anybody want what that was? Peppernator, thank you so much. What color? 9 point? No, exactly. love going into Kim's channel and just getting, again, wholesome beratement. If you would like to be berated, but in the most wholesome of ways. And yes, the language is a bit spicier there. Green or purple? We might have to go with green, Bethanator, because I don't think we have any more purple chickens. I think we are out. I think we have officially exhausted. Oh, wait, there's one purple chicken. Listen, you guys, we are scheduled to start our Patreon live stream in about 12 minutes. So we are kind of, sort of going to be rating ourselves. Here's the question I have for all of you. Do we raid out on Twitch when we're planning on heading out somewhere else immediately? I feel like there might be an etiquette thing there. Bethanator, you got to pick one. Green or purple? I have them both. You're a bit of a swear bear. A swear wolf. Wait, so is it that when there's a full moon, you don't spew profanity? There you go! If y'all need help with the YouTube algorithm to make it more wholesome, go and watch all of this over there at youtube.com/@imaginaryfriend/shorts. Trust me, it works. Most wholesome shorts on the internet. Now somebody needs to come up with a platform where they have short form content, but they call it culottes. Or skorts. Skorts. See, Twitch should take that. They should. I have no idea. Look, you talk from experience. During a gosh darn full moon, you try to swear and yet your mouth is frothy with soap. Very kind. You appreciate that? Yes. Skortastic is going to be your new name. You heard it here first, right before your front page stream tomorrow night, huh, Hijinks? Actually, you better not do that, because if you change your name right before front page, then you will not be on front page. They tell us that. They're like, don't change your channel name right before front page. On April Fools. Choices were made. It's going to be great. Green. Okay, thank you. I appreciate you. Yes, sometimes I miss messages, chat. Sometimes I am too busy trying to be a funny clown, and I don't see things that people type in the chat. Thank you, Miro, for your play-by-play on YouTube. I appreciate you. We are live on both platforms right now, but we're going to be live only on Patreon in about 10 minutes. Are you guys ready? We're putting Beffernator in the bowl. Ready? Into the bowl. You must go. The what? The bowl. Of booknificence. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Okay.
Yes, Queen Slay.
Thank you, Beffernator. You could have used that anywhere. Would you like an oracle card reading before we end the stream here and then just fire it right back up again for our friends who are paid pledges and recipients of gifted paid pledges over on the Patreon? You guys voted for an afternoon weekday stream there, so I'm all for that. I'm all for that. Would you like an oracle card reading? You can always turn me down, and you can always also ask me to pull a card for myself. And you can also, if you can't stick around for it right away, you can remind me another time. But if you have time right now, we have time. It won't take that long. Just one card. We just pull a card. Which deck would you like, Beffernator? We have Wednesday Addams, Herbarium, or the Extraterrestrial deck. That's our newest one. The Extraterrestrial deck is the newest oracle card deck that I have. Herbarium, you got it. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Oh, it's right here. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Welcome in. If you don't feel like talking, that's totally cool. We understand. We get it. We love lurkers. You're welcome to lurk. If you want to introduce yourself or ask any questions or let us know how you found the channel, we would love to get to know you better. But thank you for following. We are approaching 11,000 followers, you guys. I'm the bomb. Oh, there are some things that happen in here, some sounds that could be described as explosive. Mm-hmm. Indeed. Occasionally. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. 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 And even, also... All right. Ugh. See, I feel like you to bomb a much better choice for a first-time chat than you're cute. Please don't. Some of us are weird about that stuff. Maybe not weird. Ooh, this one already is like, hey, hello, it's me. Macrolepiota procera. Macrolepiota procera is your card, Buffernator. And I really appreciate you using your Prime. Let's find out what the book has to say about this card. I love the art in this book. It's beautiful. And also, speaking of tarot and oracle, our friend Imaginary Friend is also not just an enjoyer of these things, but a creator of a digital tarot deck that I'm highly anticipated by some of us, perhaps a finished entire tarot deck. And even if not, I don't care. It doesn't matter.
Is my name just coming up with
I love
50
you.
bits. Thanks for the message effects.
50
Smile.
bits. Thanks for the message effects. Bits. Almost sounded New Zealand rather than Australian. Did I detect? Thank you, Karen. I love you the moistest. I will not explain that to anyone because I don't need to explain it to the person who it means the most to. She already understands. Macrolepiota procera of 1,000 names with its evocative cap, harbinger of summer and autumn. The parasol mushroom is a tall, slender mushroom, aromatic and delicious. It looks like an umbrella, able to give shelter and rest to the fairy peoples of the woods, bestowing its protection and benevolence. The parasol mushroom offers a lively and cheerful light, capable of nullifying fatigue or even distracting from the crowded, gloomy thoughts of the mind. This gentle and heartening energy can be delivered through compassionate and rich words of encouragement that can dispel anger or the desire for revenge. What were we just talking about? It is truly satisfying to shake the hand of someone who believes in you and who will lead you to the rebirth of your personal and ancestral magic. It can be a guide, a companion, an imaginary master. No matter the role, the outcome matters. In the witch's mortar, search among all the eyes around you for the encouraging ones of a friend, of a benefactor who makes available his or her amiable and necessary comfort. Meld this universe of shared emotions to regain momentum for new adventures. Indeed. I like that. We like to tease here in the beautiful state of Oregon and maybe the Pacific Northwest in general that people should not use umbrellas because it's fine. Just walk around all soggy all the time. You get used to it. But I like this. It's saying, hey, there is nothing wrong with you seeking stability and comfort. Right? As long as you are doing it, with good intentions, welcome and accept love, support, protection. Ask the universe for it. You're worthy. Hijinks. Thanks for helping me tip the barista the next time I go out for a latte. I need to get myself prepared here. We're going to be a tiny bit late for this poetry on stream. What say you, chat? Do we raid someone? I mean, we're small but mighty with our raids, but I don't like to deprive people of that help. You know what we could do? What if we rated, are there, hold on, 1 second. One thing we need to do, it's hidden because we're doing charity, but we have achieved the goal to give out 5 gifted memberships to the Patreon. How perfect is that? So here's what I'm going to do. It's going to be first come, first served. Are you guys ready? Are you ready? And remember, the Oracle card readings is not meant to make anybody feel left out. They're specifically offered to people as a thank you for pushing the button themselves, whether that is a paid recurring subscription or a Twitch Prime. We don't do it for gifts because a lot of times people aren't even here when they get a gift. I completely appreciate and love that people do that. It's so generous. It's so kind. It's a reward. It's a thank you. It is a bonus, a perk, if you will, of consciously choosing to use the means available to you to support. Okay? So I'm going into Patreon. I'm finding promotions. And you are going to be clicking a link that will appear in the chat momentarily. Okay? One month of access, which means you can attend our exclusive streams there. 5 people can claim. You will just have to be speedy about it. We can snooze those. We can snooze those, please, and thank you. So if you want to come hang out with us right now, you just need to be paying attention. There will be 5 slots available. It's one link. It will be posted in the chat in a moment. It's first come, first served. Are you guys ready? And go. There it is. You got to be quick. You got to be quick. It's right there. If you'd like to claim a 1-month Patreon membership. Basically, one of them's already gone, you guys. One's already gone. One is already gone. There's 4 left. 4 left. Who's going to grab them? It's first come, first served. Get 1 month, and that also means you have access to all the other stuff that's intended for paid pledges from the Good Eggs tier up. There are many choices if you wanted to pledge yourself, but Good Eggs tier is the introductory or the that's the $5 tier, and everybody gets one has been redeemed. There are 4 left. It's first come, first served. No pressure, of course. You do not have to join us there. Yes, of course, Miro. Of course. Of course you can. But we were supposed to start 2 minutes ago there. I mean, am I ever on time? 2 have been claimed. There are 3 left. Touchy subjects allowed or no? That's such a vague question. It's such a vague question. One thing we really try to do is like, do you mean in the Patreon lives? It's more intimate, but I would say that pretty much it's kind of like the same rules apply as here. We do try to discourage people from, getting into topics that would probably be better discussed with a healthcare professional. Like it's real hard to know exactly, especially you know, I understand. I understand you maybe you don't want to specify because reasons or whatever. But we just want to make sure that people feel like what we're doing is an improvement on their mental health and all that stuff. Again, I am not in the business, literally, figuratively, typically, of encouraging those sorts of discussions and debates as a regular matter of course here or anywhere else that I create content, only because I feel that there are amazing spaces specifically designed for people to get into that. So if that's something that you desire, I highly encourage that you seek it out in the places where people are enthusiastically embracing that as their niche, if you will. I'm a fiber artist and a theater major. Theater can be very political, absolutely, but I'm kind of a clown. I think fart noises are hilarious. I love rubber chickens. I just like making people laugh. Satire is a thing, political satire. Certainly humor can be used in lots of different ways, but I have a tendency to kind of have more of like a I'm sort of like if ASMR had just a really super noisy, boisterous, over the top kind. Yeah, like that. That's me. I exist to distract you from your cares and worries in a way that's positive and uplifting. That is literally why I was put here, I'm pretty sure. I also sometimes really do wonder, am I an alien? Because I don't always feel like I quite fit in amongst the rest of the humans here. But, you know, then I get over it. 3 out of 5 have been claimed. I do appreciate you asking first, though, really. I honestly do. It's tough because, you know, I don't want to make any assumptions one way or the other. But I have felt in the past, to be completely honest, since you brought it up, and then we're going to drop it because it's time to go. And pre-rolls are on. And I'm going to use another snooze. I have felt that there are people who sometimes, since you brought it up, they show up literally with the purpose of either trying to agitate other people. I may even agree with what they're saying, but like we don't need, you know, people to be on a mission to agitate, to dump their problems and then turn around and leave as soon as they've said what they need to say and or maybe gotten a reaction out of the streamer. I'm not assuming this is what you're doing, but I'm just explaining why, as I've done this over the years, I have sort of formed a particular approach to it. That's all. You know, it's community management is not always easy. It is the responsibility that I took on when I decided to start doing this full time and all of that, you know. So I take it seriously. The responsibility here for me is, like I said, to provide something that makes people feel like, you know what, I can make it through this day. I feel good. I'm happy. Someone made me laugh. They showed me, you know, kindness, but I'm also firm about my personal boundaries. It's, you know, again, that's why when someone wandered in earlier today and said, as their first time chat, hey, you're cute. Huh? Because again, I don't care about that. It is not the most important thing about me. But I will do what I need to do in order to make sure that we're keeping things as lighthearted as we can, you know, as we try to be a good, positive space for people. So thank you. That's kind that you asked. It is good that you asked. That's so sweet. I think the first choice would be appropriate just because we'd love to show them as much love as we can during this event. And we will have many opportunities to do that again a bunch of times. Of your two choices, of your two suggestions, I think those would both be great. And I'm just taking a quick peek at what else I have going on here. Also because I bet a bunch of you are already there. May as well just tab merge for you. We're going to raid the Mokos, you guys. It's day 2 of the BPPE. We're going to raid Moko Maid. They are a fantastic sibling stream. They are so supportive of everyone. They accept and welcome anyone and everyone. Again, like if you love art, if you make art, if you're a small business owner, if you just love watching and hanging out where people are being creative, like a lot of people do on the platform, they just want to be part of what someone else is doing, even just to lurk. That is so helpful and so appreciated, especially by folks that do a lot of charity, and they have done a lot of good for St. Jude. And they are great friends, and we love them, and I'm on their team, and I think the world of them. So please come with us to celebrate 5 years of Twitch partner with the Mocos. Bye-bye, YouTube. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you if you were watching on YouTube.